Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here with an ongoing D&D campaign that I am running in a homebrewed world of mine known as Caldera. This is a fantasy western game titled Thunder Ridge. This is going to be session number 13, Raising the Ante. And yeah, it's been a little while since we played. But last time was monumental, to say the least. So we're going to catch back up with where the posse is and find out what is next on their agenda. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and give the same warning that I give on the beginning of all of my games, and that is, if mature subject matter or foul language are a problem for you, then you should not spend any time here at all. You've already made a terrible mistake. Turn around, go back. But if those kinds of things do not bother you, then you have not made a mistake. Settle in. What else? I'm going to pass things over to my players so that they can introduce themselves, plug anything they might have going on, tell you where you may or may not be able to find them on the internet, and then I think we're going to go ahead and get started after that. So, first up is Shadamus Prime.
Hello, Internet. It's me again. Hi. My name is Chad. You can find me typically here at Erasmus or over on MTD every Thursday. We will be taking a hiatus at some point, I know, for the holiday season, but that's typically where I hang out. You can also find me over at AbTab occasionally, and I do still use the Twitters and all the social medias. So if you want to follow me over there, that is all well and good. I don't know if I will get around to it, but it will be fine. Other than that, I play Virgil Tombtalon. I am a Volturan warlock, and man, things are getting spicy. We just got ourselves a new little cabin in the woods. We got ourselves a new little space, and hopefully we won't run into that. Won't cause any complications at all. I hope not. But yeah, otherwise that's me. I'm excited to play and lovely to see all you gentlemen again.
Hard same, Chad. Yeah, man. MTD is my home away from home as well. But yeah, looking forward to a little bit of a break over the holidays. That doesn't mean I'm going to be any less busy. My schedule is nuts over the next 2 months, but
Yeah,
in the best way possible. You know, that's the holidays. Busy, but in a good way. So yeah. Speaking of busy, next up we've got Nathan.
That's me, busy. I'm Dimension 119. That's pretty much where you can find me on the socials on YouTube. I used to do a little bit of Twitch streaming, so you can probably find at least some clips on Twitch, if not actual VODs. Right now, I spend most of my time either here or over on Two Beards and a Producer. We do a YouTube channel. I am, in fact, one of the beards. We talk about two specific survival games, DayZ and Project Zomboid, kind of cover the mechanics of those, tips and tricks, updates when they come out. And we do a few other random games here and there when they come out with major updates. Enshrouded is another survival game that just came out with an update that I'll be working on a update video for very soon. Hopefully getting that done this weekend. Maybe. I'll be busy this weekend too, so we'll see if I can get it all done. I'm happy to be here. So glad to be back. Got our level up, so my new tomahawk should be doing some flying hopefully the next time we have a battle. I've got worked my stats a little bit where I can get basically the same amount of bonuses as I could with my knives I've been throwing lately, so we'll see how the tomahawk goes instead.
Hell yeah, and speaking of which, there should be a token for that on your little window down there now, so
I love it.
There you go. All right. Speaking of little tokens on Windows, I have no idea what the fuck that means. Todd.
Unmute.
There you go.
There we go. I'm Todd, not on the socials as far as any of this goes. I play Elias Stock. I'm an Howlin gunslinger.
Hell yeah, you do. It's been a while, Todd. It's good to see you, man. Oh yeah. All right.
You guys as well.
Next up, speaking of good to see, though tonight we will not be seeing him. Glenn, you're next.
Yes. Tonight I am a random tumbleweed continuously circling the camera. No, I'm Glenn. I play Father Marco or Padre Marco, a Tabaxi bard. Yeah. You might have seen me on some of other Jeremy's things. If not, go look at his 10-year anniversary shows because those were a lot of fun. Other than that, happy to jump in and excited to be here.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that event was an absolute blast. I had a really, really good time that weekend. Seeing everybody kind of come together and play some games was good soup for my soul. Speaking of good soup for my soul, last but certainly not least, we have other Chad. I think he's frozen. He has a very bemused look on his face. But yep, there he goes. He just bounced. Uh-oh. You back? Awesome. Okay, you are up.
Are you sure I'm Elias now? Am I taking the wrong turn? I'm just kidding. I am also a Chad. It's known as other Chad in these parts. And I am playing Lucky Lazarus. He's been very lucky. He's rolled quite a few death saves and he's still here. And you can find me mostly here. It's the only place I really...
Oh no, did he freeze again?
Think so.
He caught Jake's tech gremlins.
He got all that new equipment and it's overclocking everything. Oh no.
Yep. Oh, there he is.
We should be good. I don't know why. I'm unstable at the moment, but we'll work through it.
Same Chad's internet, same.
Yeah. I mean, I'm unstable, but I don't expect my internet to be.
I'm unstable, but I'm here.
I'm playing Lucky Laz. He's a rabbit, what's left of him. Mostly handy capable now. And he's technically an artificer, but he's an armorer, so he tries to get in the front of the fight instead of sitting back in his books all the time. And just to reiterate, MTD is mini terrain domain for those of you who do not know the acronym. And so definitely check out Jake over there, and apparently these guys as well. We love seeing their faces. And AbTab would be Absolute Tabletop, if you haven't checked them out. Just to clarify some of those acronyms for you, definitely check out that location because that is a great community of these kind of people, creatives that like playing role-playing games or just creating. And you can get into some games like this yourself or maybe even run your own. And that's Chad. I'll have a Twitch sooner or later to drop on here, but we'll leave it anonymous for now. And that's me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Absolute Tabletop. Thank you for the clarifications on those, by the way. Absolute Tabletop is a fantastic community. It's where I found most of these people. Mini Terrain Domain. Jake just produced an incredible charity stream on Sunday. We raised over $40,000 to fight childhood cancer. It was a fantastic event. Todd Stashwick runs those games. He did a phenomenal job, and it was a very special day. I'm very, very happy to be a part of a very small part. I'm odd in the chat, so it's very small, but makes me proud to be a part of that. So yeah, go check it out. You should be able to see it on YouTube.
I also missed a Happy Veterans Day to Glenn and anyone else out there.
Yes,
who
Happy
has
Veterans
served.
Day. Yep.
Right back
Absolutely.
out to everybody who's been a part of it, Chad, I believe. Correct?
Yes, sir. 12 years. Thank you.
There you go.
Hell yes.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I think without further ado, we are ready to kick this thing in the pants.
Woohoo! And kick.
All right, let's go. Every card player knows that each turn at the table is more than the odds of drawing a particular hand or understanding when and how to bet. It's about knowing who you're facing and reading the situation you find yourself in every step of the way until that final card falls. Understanding that you need to fold before you walk into a card shark's cunningly laid trap is just as important as knowing when to double down on a fool who thinks they've got the drop on you. Thing is, it's called gambling for a reason. We rejoin the 5 of you in Coalbox Canyon, recently liberated of its denizen, known as the Dragon of Coalbox Canyon, a creature that you came to find out was a hydra, a rattlesnake hydra. You slayed this beast, and now you are able to call its den your new headquarters, your new hideout. Where this thing nested in this cave at the back of the canyon, there is a giant skeleton that it was kind of nesting inside of. And then there were a number of broken carts, wagons, dead bodies of humanoids and animals kind of leading up to the cave itself, kind of scattered throughout the canyon and the cave. Freshly on the heels of having killed this dragon of Coalbox Canyon is where we find the 5 of you. And the question is, what are you up to? What's happening amongst your characters as we touch base with you again?
We had been exploring the little cave area, right? After we found the giant, or not the giant, but the large skeleton.
Yeah, I think
were we able to figure anything out about that, or
about the giant skeleton?
Yeah.
No, other than that it clearly belonged to an enormous being. At least probably 15 to 20 feet tall would be your guess. At some point, its remains are kind of close together, but kind of scattered throughout this cave. But there's not really much other indication as to who or what it might have been.
Are there any well-preserved remains, bones, or anything else from that one that would identify what kind of creature it would be to somebody else?
I mean, the skull, the size of the skull, it's the size of most of the bones itself would be pretty
massive. Yeah.
Pretty compelling. So I mean, if you took like a finger bone or something like that, you would be able to probably show it to someone, and if they knew what a finger bone looked like, they would probably be able to tell that it belonged to an enormous being. As far as identifying the actual giant, probably not.
I think after a time, after we've all sort of, the adrenaline's died down, we've kind of got ourselves situated. I think that Virgil, would address the rest of the group and kind of see what the next step is, where we go from here, how we're going to. I know what our plan was to try and get, we were going to try to go against the railroad. We were going to start that position, planning, heading that direction. So I think for Virgil, he's got a lot on his mind because he's had that conversation with the Gallow Tree again and again and again, and now it's definitely like throbbing in the back of his head. But as he's like looking at the group, he sort of takes a long swig off of a flask at his side, and then, well, proud of you boys, and proud of them. We really did a thing back there. Now, I reckon at some point, railroad's going to come for us, but if we can beat them off at the pass, that would be more preferable.
You can beat off whoever you want, as long as I don't have to watch.
Realize what I said there. Thank you, Lucky, for
pleasure.
pointing it out to the rest of them. Yes.
Oh, Dusty's howling with laughter right now.
Oh, yeah, feel free. Just laugh it up. Laugh it up. One of these days, I may not be so nice to you. You understand that?
This is you being nice?
I was saying I was proud of you. And then I happened to have a slip of the old bird tongue, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to make fun of old Virgil. You bastards. Takes a long swig of his drink and just, you see he is an old bird that just sort of like, if you've ever seen an owl walk, like how he like just hunches and he just like walks with the feathers, and he just slumps down in what I can only imagine is a mixture of like sandbags, whatever detritus was left over from inside the cave, numerous like bone fragments. So he's just sitting on this ramshackle, almost like armchair and he's just perched himself in this space. And well, now is just like, fine, I won't talk. Y'all figure it out yourselves.
Impromptu talent jobs aside, Virgil's offering that is not incorrect. We should. I do not wish for the railroad to find us on their terms as much as I wish for them to be found upon ours. As I see it, we have several allies. We have the natives, who I don't have any dealings with, but you mentioned you had horses from, yes. We have the sheriff. We have my compadre father at the church, who's best used for his ignorance. And then there was talk that you knew of the ladies of the saloon. Yes? So how do we use them to get access to what we want? And can we turn the loggers to our side?
Well, the sheriff and the ladies, they're a little ways away. I don't know if we want to head back and head to town again. The natives are out here. I don't know much about the church.
My thoughts are that we need information to peel off those people that make the most impact from the railroad. This turtle man that you know, or the and then forgive me, I don't have my notes in front of me on the trip here, Jeremy. We have a couple other dignitaries coming in, right?
So, there are a few interesting people who are rumored to have kind of shown up in Thunder Ridge. First of which being Tiberius Wellington, who is the cousin of Ignatius Wellington III, the owner of the Wellington Rails. Obviously, there is Lucky's old friend, Trophy Morgraph, who's one of the reclaimers, who may or may not be working with the railroad. Seems to kind of be the case. Let's see who else. Oscar Bennett is the newly pinned sheriff, who several of you have at least heard of him before. He is a notorious outlaw. So the fact that he's been pinned sheriff is an interesting turn of events. And then the last is Lord Nathaniel Mordecai. He is an Anglarian from back east. He is technically the Reeve of Northridge County, so the county that Thunderridge is in. He is the Reeve over this county, though nobody can really remember the last time that he actually set foot here. He's very much kind of like a hoity-toity nobleman.
Well, I imagine we already started making some headway with the logging folks, indicating to Dusty. But with that also came the fact that, we went down in that there chamber and then never came out to pay our debt. So that there might be a problem. And then speak of Primrose and the inn, that's also a possibility. But as I see it, you got about 4 or 5 big boots about to be storming in the Thunder Ridge. And I'm fairly certain almost every one of them knows at least one of our faces.
I will have to interject on that point and mention that at least one pair of those 4 or 5 pairs of boots is going to be mine. I plan on taking Tiberius as my own. Not to keep, mind you, but I
do
won't
tell
be,
that, Dusty. Do tell.
I won't be doing any talon jobs, but I might be doing a burying job.
I see. Mm-hmm.
I agree that Tiberius should be our primary target. But
Well, good.
Trophy could be a problem.
I don't agree, but I don't disagree. I definitely think that they're both a problem. But I have my own priorities with Trophy.
I can't see Tiberius risking himself to save Trophy, but I could see Trophy being coerced into trying to save Tiberius.
You'd be surprised. He might benefit from that kind of change. It's a very
Oscar is a nuisance, and the Lord hasn't arisen yet. So who do we go seek out? Tiberius or Trophy?
Well, I guess the big question is, are we going to try to take all of our issues out at one time? Or are we going to try to peel them off from the pack and take them out one at a time?
If they are all happening to meet, I mean, you might get them all at once.
Yeah, but putting a bunch of pigs in a pen and expecting them to just sit quietly while we slaughter them, that wouldn't work. The idea that kind of looks to Dusty. When horses ride, you can tell when one of them is lame, ready to be put down. I suspect that what we should do is we should keep an eye on these fellas as they are in our town. And then we should, I think, try to pick them off one by one. Now, not necessarily should we go after each one on one. I also think that would not be smart. Looking at Dusty to indicate don't go on a suicide mission just because you want to go kill Tiberius. I don't want to see you trying to go one-on-one with Tiberius. We got to be smart about this, and we got to make educated decisions.
I don't think, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Dusty has laid out to you guys what happened with that weird
No,
dude
but
with the
I do
banjo.
No,
think-
you mentioned in chat earlier something that has not been mentioned to characters.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you have absolutely made it in character. You've made it blatantly clear though that this dude has gotten under your skin, and I think that is what Virgil's kind of picking up on, being like, listen, just because this dude is riding through our town, don't go guns a-blazing and thinking you could take him on by yourself.
And yeah, and I know at least you, probably the father, but probably the father doesn't. But I think everybody else knows that Dusty has history with the railroad for sure. But I don't think you guys know about that situation. So Dusty, I think when Dusty makes the comment something along the lines of, well, I have to get rid of Tiberius and stay alive, because that's the only way I'm going to get my wife back. I think that he says that statement without thinking about it, and doesn't think about the fact that you guys don't know that he struck a deal for that to happen.
Hold on now there, partner.
Did Tiberius marry your wife? Are you being cooked?
Tiberius has either killed my wife or most likely been a very strong driver of the ones that may have.
Why didn't you say anything about this before?
And what do you mean now about get her back?
Well, and then Dusty launches into the story of the grinning man and the banjo and that whole situation.
Jeremy, would
Yeah, someone's got to fill me on more of that
would
situation.
would Virgil by proxy of knowing the Gallow Tree and kind of like the world of spirits within Caldera, would Virgil perhaps know of an entity in the area known as the Grinning Man?
Anybody that would like to could roll a religion check,
Okay,
and we could find out.
Oh, I probably do not. I will check and see what my religion is, but I don't think that's going to be high. Yeah, no, my religion's a big old fat +0, so that's going to be a 7.
Okay. Not something that either you or Elias have heard of. This is not a familiar name, title, what have you. Marco, you have heard of this entity, this being. You've heard rumors of people describing this grinning man, always accompanied by a banjo that has maniacal laughter, and that he is known for having people sign contracts that almost always end poorly for the person who signed.
Was I here for that? Was Marco here for that, or was that before the death of Saul? I can't remember.
That was definitely after the death.
Okay.
That was the
Yeah,
most
it was-
recent episode. That was the
It
most
was
recent
it was
one.
not last
Right.
session, but the one right before.
2 sessions.
And-
right
Yeah,
at the
because it was
end.
right as we were leaving town, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, can I get a quick remembrance of a recap on that one though? Because like I remember running into the Banjo Spectre. Was that you alone, Dusty?
Yeah, he was by
Believe
himself.
so.
Yeah, you were in a stable,
That's right.
at the back of it, and noticed one of the rear stalls seemed to open out into a swamp, and you walked out into that area and spoke with this entity. And then when the conversation and the contract were finished, you found yourself back in the stables again.
To cut the deal with the smiling trickster is rarely advantageous. But the fact that he is here indicates that things that are happening may be interesting enough to garner other attention. I wouldn't consider it an ally as much as a tool. But Virgil, your hanging tree, gallows tree, do a quick, I mean, I just had a 20 on religion on that. I'm assuming the gallows.
You would know enough
Yeah.
about the gallows tree. I think the gallows tree of all things is probably well more known in the
Yeah.
religious world.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm
Gallatry
thinking
is a
then
fairly
that
well-known entity.
to offer the tree one such as Trophy or Mordecai grant quite a boon.
Yeah, I imagine that the tree would be hungry for any soul, let alone. You kind of like see as he like kind of looks across all four of you, or like all four of you. Yeah, I think that especially those that deserve it, Gallow Tree would be thirsty for a new hanging. But I leave it up to you all on which target we take. For honestly, I'm just glad that we're alive and not dead. He'll take another large swig from his flask and kind of click it back.
Father, there is one more thing that I should probably mention about said encounter. Bringing up, your comment about other parties being interested. It didn't seem as though this grinning man was working alone. It seemed as if he was looking into things for a third party or a separate party that wasn't around.
What is it exactly you promised him?
Oh, something about stopping the railroad or something along those lines. Something I was already doing anyways, so it's not going to cost me too much. As a matter of fact, I probably got the better end of the deal on this. I'm going to be getting my dead wife back for something I was already planning on doing anyways.
And pray tell, Dusty, what exactly would happen if, say, things do not go our way? Now, I want them to go our way, but let's say they don't go our way.
Well, the thing about that is they either go my way or I will be deceased. So it won't matter too much to me in that aspect.
Well, you understand, though, and kind of looks over to Marco. in the matter of souls, so to speak, I don't know if it's better or worse, but I can tell you from, he kind of grabs it like the scruff of his neck. I can tell you that, at least in my opinion, as someone who deals in souls on the regular, keeping yours is very, very valuable. So let's try not to lose yours.
I mean, that's been the plan all along. I plan on using mine for a good long time. I got a lot more spots I can put on that thing.
Well, kind of like looks at you like a dead man walking, like he knows that if he doesn't help you now achieve your goal, and he doesn't even know that if you do achieve your goal, things will still be good. The contract in full has not been explained to him, so he's just at this point being like, yeah, I think he's just at this point like, I just want to protect you. You are a friend of mine. Do you understand that what you signed up for may very well end up badly for you, because when I signed up for mine, it ended up badly for me. Friend to a friend, don't do that dumb shit. If you can not do it, don't do it.
I feel like there's a point in this conversation where Dusty's about to like point out that you made a deal with an entity, and then like immediately as he's opening his mouth to say something like that, you launch into that thing of like, this may or may not turn out so well because of my situation, and Dusty's just gonna like, okay, I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
So it sounds like we wanted to go after at least two of these gentlemen. Shall we do a coin flip to find out which one we want to focus on?
We should let conditions decide. I say we ride to, well, we wait for dusk. Ride for the old sheriff. Get information from her and escort back whoever is easily available.
I would
Very
agree
well,
that more
then.
knowledge would help us better assess what direction to take. We don't even know what shape Thunder Ridge is left in now. We might want to find that out.
Has so I know that we had the fight obviously there with the Hydra. I know that we snuck them back into town, found out about the overturn of the sheriff and whatnot, but we did not get in a fight in town with anybody, right?
Not since the initial one.
Yeah, not for
Not
In
since
the-
the one before
In the
Saul's death.
farrier's yard. Right, correct.
So Marco is not a known associate of this group right now, correct?
I think the sheriff, the
Old sheriff
previous
knows.
sheriff, is the only one that we know about that knows.
I would say that that's correct. Yes.
Okay. So that gives us options also, as much as I love splitting the party, because when does that ever go wrong?
Hey, if you're not with us, we can't kill your second character, so
Sure, I can die on my own.
So here's the thing. I think at least this is what I would put forth to the rest of you. We know Tiberius will be in town, and honestly, outside of the Reeve, he's probably got the most inside power for the railroad. We know we want to go after him. But Trophy is probably going to be our biggest adversary in terms of muscle that may stop us. So that is also a problem. And I'm leaning toward going after Tiberius, but I'm afraid if the two of them pair up, it may be a tougher task than we expect.
I think we need to ask ourselves one other question as well. How much do we want to keep ourselves welcome in Thunder Ridge when all of this is over? We may be required to do some things that may be frowned upon even after the railroad's gone.
I have no love for the people in this town, but desperate people will turn to desperate measures. I do not wish them to become friends with the Red. I would prefer they see the threat as what it is and do not see us as a threat.
If we bring harm to these people, we're no different than the railroad and the military. That's what I left them. I'm trying to prevent.
Oh, I don't mean to bring harm to the townspeople, but if we aren't careful, then we could cause these others to bring harm to the people or to the town of Thunder Ridge itself.
I mean, I'm not opposed to blowing them all up either, so I understand.
Well, if there was a way that we could cattle drive these some bitches out of the town, maybe some way, shape, or form, maybe delivering them a letter or some sort of official summons, and then have them sort of mosey into a place of our choosing, that might be more convenient for us.
Do we know if any of these people are actually looking for us at the moment? I know we did all the stuff with the claim and they were coming. We thought they were coming to the claim shortly after we left out the other end, but I don't know if we know that anyone's chasing us or anything.
Yeah, so as far as them going to the claim, when you spoke with the representative of the Deadfall Timber Company, who kind of like told you that it was okay for you to go into the claim, essentially, told you that the representatives from the railroad were coming to meet with them to discuss the purchase of the claim. And so they're not really necessarily chasing you as far as just like, on the same path as you, as far as that goes. Now, Morgrath, is looking for Lucky. He ran into Dusty and Elias.
Yes, sir. In the shop,
I think, in the general store in town.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and he said as much, that he was looking for a rabbit with metal legs. So that there's at least somebody that's looking for a part of your group. Now, if there's anyone beyond that, you're not really certain.
So it seems like Virgil and Lucky are on site, right? Virgil, who was your big to-do with? We shot those people, right?
Well, the big to-do for me, no, my big bad, I don't think has actually shown up in the town.
Wait, what I'm saying though is like your DNA.
Oh, yes.
was
I
left
was found
behind.
at a crime scene because I was clean. I had shot 3 gentlemen that were the posse, that were
Trophy.
posse, I believe, of Trophy. Yeah, and
Right.
we shot 3 gentlemen, and then my feathers ended up all over the crime scene because I got shot and killed and then came back.
So you can be tied to Trophy right now.
I could be tied to Trophy.
Obviously,
right now.
Lucky can be tied to Trophy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Elias hasn't really been tied into that at all yet.
And the only person who I think suspects that I was there is
the old
former
sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's on our side now. So I'm wondering how sneaky we need to be in going in, or do we go in not sneaky to draw out trophy? Because the worst case is we draw out Tiberius doesn't know we're gunning for him right now. Mordecai doesn't know we're gunning for him right now. Oscar Bennett is the new sheriff and an outlaw. So if we end up dragging Oscar into it, okay, so be it. But does anything stop us from just going back into town like nothing ever happened?
Just roll down Main Street at high noon.
I mean, I might wait until early afternoon. People had their dinner, and most people
everybody's
are
full
in
and not gonna be
sleep.
watching.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the old west. It doesn't work that way. It's
Maybe wait
gotta
till the
do high
game is
noon or
on,
nothing.
so you have light traffic. Everyone's home watching,
High noon or
watching the
nothing.
game.
Oh man, yeah. I think for him, when that conversation comes up, I think that Virgil, I think there's a moment where you see him kind of glaze over because he's thinking about something else, and it's that vision that he had of the 4 nooses, and he's counting up how many people in his head that are actual targets from the railroad that we know of that he could potentially use as those additional nooses. And then he looks and goes, yeah, I think the best thing for us is if the old sheriff is on our side and she'll be out of the way and not be a part of it. I imagine that we won't have to be as stealthy going back in. But he kind of looks at himself and Elias and Lucky. I'm afraid that most of those people in there know who we are. And I don't know how stealthy we might be.
So my thoughts then. Okay, so above board, my thoughts would be to get us all back to the sheriff.
Yep.
The old sheriff.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
See if we can't use you 3 to entice Trophy out towards the outskirts of town.
Oh, that would be a good option. Yeah, we could
do whatever we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In parallel, Dusty, you're the one with the core, I won't say a close tie, but you made some inroads to the loggers, right? You have a coffee dwarf girlfriend at this moment. I didn't realize you were married at the time we were setting you up with her, but I remember you had a coffee dwarf girlfriend at some point.
Well, yes, but again,
or guy friend, could have been a dude, don't remember.
We didn't go back and pay the people that we said we would pay at the logging company after we did the claim thing. So it's possible that some of them may help us, but it's also possible that they may be upset with us as well.
Yeah, I don't want them to necessarily, I don't want you to go provide them a ton of assistance or get them to help us. What my thoughts were being, and Jeremy, I don't know what roles this would be, is our intent is to turn the town against the railroad, right? So far, what we know is the town has installed a sheriff that they want, right? More muscles coming in. They're coming to buy the claim out, right? So if we were to leave a letter or something to be discovered that were to hint at them also taking over the logging rights or usurping that, it might help sow distrust with the loggers. So if there happened to be a T Wellington or TW anagrammed note that gets intercepted or left behind that talks about how they've installed the sheriff they want, and the next step is to take on the industry. There's, ample money to be made in the logging and the continuation of exploring the claim once deadfall's out of the way. Couldn't hurt. So my
It's
thought was to
definitely a
go.
possibility.
My thought was to go back and leave that kind of information in an area where it could get back to somebody from deadfall, maybe by using one of the ladies of the saloon to help send the information on. But I don't have any communication with them anymore. But this is Marco looking at how to create social distrust amongst the masses and the authorities in that group while we go pull trophy out. But I think getting trophy out's the first step.
Definitely think we need to separate the two.
You want to split it out and then have you guys go pull trophy while we do that, and then we meet back up to get trophy? Or separate them out as far as like go get trophy first and then go do the other one later?
Yeah. I have to do
Okay.
both of them at the same time. I think would be a better
Yeah,
idea.
let's go to the old sheriff then and get prepped to go get our trophy for killing in general.
Okay. So, you all are headed back to the ex-sheriff Cyril D'Anastasia. Okay. So you mount back up, take the provisions and things that you need for the ride back to just outside of Thunder Ridge, and you begin to make your way back outside of Coalbox Canyon. Everybody, if you could please roll me perception checks.
I don't know what the total is yet, but I can tell you it's not good.
Okay, fair enough.
That's an 8.
All right. Dusty notices nothing out of the ordinary. However, Elias,
Pretty ordinary.
Elias and Virgil, both of you notice as you're kind of nearing the entrance of the canyon, you can smell wood smoke. And it doesn't smell like it's terribly far away. Lucky, on the other hand, just as you are kind of about to ride into the area where the canyon kind of starts to widen back out into the flatter parts of the mountains, you spot a little bit of movement up on one of the edges of the canyon, and you are pretty sure that there's a scout up there.
I would throw up a mage hand in a motion to halt whatever we've already worked out, and then point with the mage hand in the direction, show like just one person. I see someone up there, and try to let them know non-verbally, and decide how that goes for them.
As silent as the grave, you indicate all of this to your party. All of you have no problem seeing what Lucky is pointing out to you. But just about the time that all of you are kind of pinpointing where this scout seems to be positioned on the ridge, you hear a shrill whistle that seems to emanate from this scout. And then that individual kind of melts back away from the edge.
He gave a whistle and he backed away from the edge of it.
Yes, like the kind of whistle where they put like their finger in their thumb, like in the corners of their
Got
mouth,
you.
and
Yep,
make a
yep,
really
the
high
shrill-
pitched.
Yep.
Yeah, they were absolutely signaling somebody.
I was getting ready to ask Elias to like, does Elias carry just like a stock and barrel shotgun on him, or does he have something? He has a rifle for long range, right?
Rifle for long range and then pistol.
Yeah, I was gonna get ready to have Elias take a shot, but if he's already called out, then I still want to try to take him down, but we got to get into cover. I would still take the shot, but like we got to get into cover or get into position now. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I think
What kind of
for
a
him,
firearm are you shooting? Oh, you're doing
I'm,
Eldritch Blast, huh?
I'd be using Eldritch Blast for me, but I know that Elias would be using his gun, so I think we both be trying to shoot and aim for that.
Would
Okay.
we have been able to
Magic
tell any
missile.
details about the scout? What like scouts?
Probably
kind of a
not.
Relatively vague term.
Yeah, I
Right,
mean
like-
it looked like somebody that was probably like hunched or crouched over and was covered with some kind of heavy jacket or cloak.
Okay.
Kind of
That's enough for me.
like big fur coat type
Basically,
thing.
didn't look like a native, right?
Didn't look like what?
A native.
Your guess is probably not. Most of the Dorathians don't tend to whistle like that particular style. They tend to prefer like animal calls and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I think that I would have kind of tried to communicate that as best I could, that it was probably a hostile, not a. I don't think I'd be able to tell you really that it's a scout or anything like that in that short amount of time.
Well, if Virgil told me to take a shot, I take a shot. 26 to hit.
Okay. I think even with the cover that he had, that's going to, yeah, that will absolutely still tag him. Chad, you also would have hit him with
Yep.
your Eldritch Blast.
And I'm going to throw a magic missile myself.
16 points damage.
Ooh, buddy.
And then just for the kicker, we're just gonna roll that extra, that damage die and see what might. Let me plus. Ooh, that's a total of 10 damage on that Eldritch Blast, and I'm only gonna fire one as a shot. But if I still see him going after that, I'll fire off the second.
10 points. He is still up.
Okay, then I'm
Right.
firing. If I still see him arching down the aisle, or arching down the cliff face, I'm gonna go ahead and still fire off that second Eldritch Blast, then see if I hit him.
And I have a second gunshot too.
Okay.
That one's I doubt that'll hit, but we'll see. Is because I got a +7, so is a 12 gonna hit for him?
It will not.
Okay, yeah. So the second one will go wide then.
Yeah, it
Second
hits a
one for me is
tree
20.
kind of beside him. The second one was a dirty 20.
Yeah.
For you, Todd? That will still hit despite the fact that he's got significant cover.
That would only
Crack
be
shot.
6 points.
Elias. 6 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 32 points.
Yep. He is still kicking.
I'd like to magic missile.
Okay. Just doing first level?
Yeah. 10 total.
10 total?
Correct.
Okay. So we hear this individual whistle and then immediately turn to kind of melt away from the edge. And there's 2 rapid fire reports from Elias's long rifle, as well as 2 eldritch blasts that zip out away from Virgil, one striking the man, the other hitting a tree and knocking snow from its boughs. But the individual manages to turn away from the edge of this canyon wall and disappear from your view. And then Laz shoots 3 magic missiles up into the air, and you watch as one after the other they trail up and disappear over the edge of the ridge. And you hear a and we just see as the audience this individual tumbling down this embankment of snow. Lucky you killed him with that magic missile.
Gets him every time.
Well, I really hope that that was someone that needed to be killed, since we had a whistle to go on.
I think at that Virgil kind of rides up to you. He goes, "Son, if I teach you anything in this life, let it be known. We, at this point, are considered outlaws. And at this point, if I hear a whistle coming from the top of a canyon in which we were actually staying in, I'm going to assume that that whistle is to signal someone that wants to do us harm. And if that case happens, I don't want that person, whoever they may be, to keep living."
Well, then what's our next step? Are we riding up the canyon to find out who it was? Are we riding the other direction and hightailing it out of here?
No, I think we do try to eyeball this person. But he kind of looks, and I think I'm gonna try to take a more educated look around the canyon to see if that whistle sparked anything in the area. Like, do I see a posse riding up on us from the backside near the canyon? Do I see do I hear dynamite going off? I'm just like looking for anything that might be the trigger word to this whistle.
Okay. Roll me a perception check at disadvantage. There's a lot of wind in this canyon.
Ooh, baby. Okay,
We'll see if you can catch something on the wind here.
I thought I might, but I gotta check what. Hold on, I gotta check for Optune Kone, what that helps me with. But, I believe. Yeah, I believe I'm okay. I got a 12 total, but I don't think that's gonna be enough for anything.
Okay.
Can I do something that I don't think I've ever had Dusty do? I think Dusty will kind of lean his head back and sniff the air and see if he can pick up a scent of anything nearby.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Roll a perception check.
This cold must be getting to my sinuses or something. That's a 6.
Yeah. Likewise. You're kind of like sniffing in the air, and you smell all kinds of things that are carried on the wind here. Where the wind kind of like channels down into this canyon and moves rather quickly down here near the ground. You're smelling all kinds of different animals, and you smell the wood smoke, beyond a doubt. But beyond that, it's too hard to tell. Likewise, Virgil, the wind is just too noisy. You're still hearing, kind of like the occasional reports from Elias's rifle kind of echoing back down the canyon into you.
Yeah, I think Virgil's gonna at least lead the way out to the body. I know we were planning on going into the town, but I think I want to see who I want to see who tried to track us down and why they were tracking us down.
Okay. So you ride forward, and before too much longer, you start looking around at the area that you're in, and you realize you are riding into an area that is prime for an ambush. There's a lot of like fallen rocks, and again like broken carts and things like that were kind of like discarded and left here. And you're riding into an area that basically you're facing a number of these little barricades or obstacles that are kind of like able to see you without really any place for you to hide behind. And that's whenever you notice several figures behind these barricades, guns drawn. One figure amongst the rest of them kind of stands like a dark shadow. You see Trophy Morgraph. You see, boys? Told you my good luck charm always keeps turning up. That's far enough. Lay down your weapons, and maybe I'll let the rest of you go.
Yeah. No.
You should know by now. My mind is my weapon.
I look to Laz. Lucky, this is your quarrel, and if it's your quarrel, well, I say by now it's ours too. So,
Well, he does have guns pointed at all of us.
yep. So he kind of looks to you and goes, "You want to put yours down?" Kind of like if a bird could raise an eyebrow, like we not putting them down. We're not doing that. Like I know, and you know, I know we're in the midst of an ambush, but I don't feel like any of us are the type of people to give an inch, even though we're outgunned. We just, in my head, I think Virgil's also riding the high of we just killed a Hydra a little bit ago. Like, I don't think this is gonna bother me.
So Elias takes a look at the two of you and is like, "Are we doing this?"
Bonus
Kill 'em.
action. My helmet comes down.
Let's
All right,
roll
then.
for initiative. Yeah. Trophy says, kill him.
My dice were on fire
Oh
on the
no.
10-year anniversary thing. I don't know what's happened to them now. Is
I
it
should
back
have
to
taken
normal
that other-
non-celebration or something?
Used up all the juju. Everybody's rolling. Except for Lucky.
So you said there's a series of like overturned stuff. Are they're at the top of the ridge, or are we down in the box canyon?
You're kind of at the mouth of the box canyon, if you will.
Okay.
You're riding out of the canyon itself, and there's a series of kind of like a debris field. There's just like large boulders, broken carts, and things of that nature. And either they were like this before, or they have since been arranged into kind of a series of barricades
Semicircle.
that essentially, gives them cover. But you are kind of out in the open currently.
And there was a count again. Did you say several or seven or?
I just said several so
Okay.
far.
Except for the big turtle dude who's kind of standing in the open, or is he behind something too?
He's behind something. You can just kind of see like the curve of his shell a lot more prominently than you can the rest. Okay, let's see. Virgil's got 14.
Oh, he's not being
That is
arrogant enough
perfect.
to just stand out in the open.
No, sadly.
Yeah, what happened to common decency about just
3,
standing
4,
in the open like a
5.
good old-fashioned Western draw?
But you're
Like,
supposed to stand there and monologue.
Yeah, exactly.
you monologue, you walk 10 paces, and then you try to shoot each other, and if you miss, too bad.
We already discussed it's not high noon.
Yeah.
Lucky, you are up first.
All right, since it's a new turn, I'm gonna bonus action my defensive field and gain 6 temporary hit points. And then I will have to. What was I use my? That's an action. Okay. How far away would my friend be, Mr. Morgrove?
I would say he's probably about 50 feet away currently.
How fast of a horse am I on? I think I can. Proficiency per day. 5 times proficiency. 15 feet. So I got like 45. He said he's 50.
Yes, sir.
Shucky shucks. 5 feet too far. In that case, I will go ahead. I will go ahead and magic missile level 2 at my friend there. I think he's a major now, but he will get 4 missiles.
Okay.
15 damage in total.
15 for
As I try to
more.
rain them down, and I'm even like trying to get his shell and like damage his attire where his trophies specifically are, namely my own paws.
Mm-hmm. These magic missiles zip out from Lucky, sail unerringly through the sky, the winter landscape, and slam 1, 2, 3, 4 into Morgraph's shell, knocking pieces of decor, if you would call it that, aside. But he is very much still in this. And then you kind of stay where you were currently, Lucky. You're still 50 feet out. You're muted or something. I don't hear you.
I did mute. Thank you kindly.
Oh, there you go.
I'll go like 15 feet closer.
Okay, it's 30 feet, 35 feet out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. He pops out from behind the cover of this rock that he's hiding behind and is going to fire at you, Lucky. And he's going to fire twice. He pulls this pistol. Even from this distance, you can tell that this is no normal revolver. He fires it twice in your direction. What is your AC currently?
A healthy 19.
19. Okay, so he's going to miss you with the first one. Second one, though, will hit. Let's see. He's got... Okay. Okay. You watch as he points this gun at you and he pulls the trigger. The area where he's hiding behind this rock kind of illuminates with this kind of reddish glow that seems to be pulled in to the revolver as the shots ring out. He fires, hitting you for a piercing to the tune of 16 points. And in addition, you take 9 points of necrotic as he applies his divine smite to this gunshot. Okay. That is Trophy. It is Gun Hand's turn. They are popping out from behind cover, firing at all of you. You are currently 50 feet away, except for Lucky, who is a little bit closer. Okay. The thing that kind of sucks for all of you is that these fellows are shooting shotguns that have a 60-foot cone on them. So that means every single one of you is going to get caught in the furthest range band of the 5 shots that are coming at you. Lucky, you're going to be in the mid-range band of 3 of them. All right. Shotguns, shotguns, shotguns. Okay. If everybody could post their armor classes in the chat, I would appreciate that. Okay, we got 2 15s. Glasses 19. 14 Elias and 14. Okay. All right, first guy's blast. It's absolutely going to catch y'all. Second guy's will not catch anybody. Third will catch everybody. Fourth is going to get just Elias and Virgil. And the fifth, nobody. Okay. So Elias and Virgil are going to take 3 of these. Everybody else is going to take 2.
Yay!
Laz is going to take 3. Okay. The first one, everybody takes this. Ooh, everybody takes this one. Is going to be 6 points of piercing. The second, there's another 5
If we're
points.
at the outer range,
of
how is
piercing.
it still that much damage? The spread on that
So-
would be
Shotguns do in Caldera do 3d6 and have a cone of 60 feet, but every 20 feet you drop a die. So the second range
Gotcha.
band is only 2d6, third range band is only a d6. So the second blast dealt 5 points.
That's to everybody, right?
Correct. Yeah. So everybody so far has taken 11, I believe.
okay.
Okay, this is just Elias and Virgil taking this third one here. Well, actually, no, it would be Laz as well because he's up front. It's only one more. Okay. Laz, you're in the middle range band. You took 3. So far, you've had 3d6, so you need... you got to take an additional 12. So...
Those all 3 of those dice plus 12 more.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because each one of the hits that hit you was 2d6 instead of 1d6. So in concert, the other 5 of these gun hands pop out from behind wagons and over rocks and discharge their shotguns in a cover fire that just lights up the end of this canyon. There is buckshot flung everywhere. and your horses are hit, you're hit, and the horses are starting to panic and trying to flee from this situation. They're going to be turning to try to run back up the canyon. With a bonus action on your turn, if you would like to try to, you can either dismount, or you can try to use animal handling to get control of your horse. If you do not manage to get control of your horse, they will be moving their full movement back up the canyon away from the gunfight. Okay, Virgil, you're up.
Well, let's see here. I would very much like to, I don't need my horse for movement, so I will not be keeping my horse. I will dismount the horse and let the horse ride off back into the canyon, and I'll kind of like glide down off and almost like it's like his duster cloak, his whole wings and everything just sort of like flop down like a duster cloak coming off of dismounting from this, and he'll try to, if on the lip of this canyon, if there are any trees or any rocks on the edges, I think he'll make his way to trying to find some sort of cover so that he can then do a retaliation back.
Okay, so for this turn, just move into cover.
I want to move into cover, and if I can, fire from there.
So technically, taking cover takes an action.
Okay.
So if you want the benefit from the cover, the actual bonus to your armor class and your saving throws and such,
take the action to get into cover, and then I can I can do that on the next thing. I could pop up from cover and take shots and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. I'd rather get into cover than take another Hail Mary of those shots. And in fact, if I can, I'd like to get out of, if there's a way for me to get out of third range band of their shots and be in that cover space, I'd like to be in that area.
You want to fall back?
I want to fall back enough because my spells have a long range. So
yeah,
if I can get far enough back where I'm not in that range, then
yeah, if you move past 60 feet, then basically like the shot would do nothing more than just like pepper you.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna move back past the 60-foot range, and then I'm gonna try to get under that cover.
Okay. Yep. Absolutely doable. So you dismount from your horse, move and take cover behind, again, like a broken stagecoach, like half or something, beyond the range of their shotguns. Elias, it is your turn.
Oh man. I guess I will. I got a 21 on animal handling.
So you absolutely get control of your horse.
Yeah. I guess I want some sort of cover, or to move out of their third range band. How far do they have?
60 feet. And you're currently at 50, so it would not be hard to do at all.
All right. I'm going to let the horse... that's what I'll do. I'll have let the horse spook and then rein it back in at just outside of the 60-foot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the horse itself actually carried you kind of out of the range, and then you wait and then get control of it from that point.
Yep. And does animal handling count as full action?
No, that's just a bonus for right now.
Okay, cool. Then I will take a shot.
Who are you aiming at?
I don't care.
Fair enough. You want Morgraph or one of the gun hands?
I mean, if I can see his face, then yeah. But if it's just his shell, then no.
Yeah, you can see him well enough to shoot him. Again, He's got cover, but...
All right. Well, that was a 27.
That won't help him. So, yes, you absolutely hit.
Cool. And then that was 11 points of damage.
11. All right.
Then second shot. Was a 16.
16, however, will miss.
Okay.
That does clip off. You hear it like ricochet off of part of his shell.
Actually, would I have changed targets or would I have shot him again?
Don't know.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. That was Elias. Marco, it is your turn.
Excellent. So, how close is everybody to our turtle friend?
Lucky is the closest at 35 feet.
No, I mean of his posse.
I would say he has one guy within 5 feet of him that's basically kind of sharing the cover that he's behind, and then the rest of them are at least 20 feet away from him.
They're all 20 feet away from him.
They're at least 20 feet away. Yeah, they're kind of like spread out in that semicircle behind various
So if I
different
had
pieces
a
of cover.
20-foot sphere,
Mhm.
let's just pretend I had a 20-foot sphere. Is it choosing him or everybody else, or can I get most of them in a 20-foot sphere?
20-foot diameter or radius? Okay,
Radius,
diameter.
20-foot radius. Sorry,
20-foot
radius sphere.
Okay, so with a 20-foot radius sphere, you could get him and the guy that's beside him and probably 2 others, I would think. So a total of 3 gun hands and him.
Okay, so question on if I can do, because you said it's a bonus action to try to handle the horse or get off the horse, right?
Correct. Mhm.
So I'm going to let the horse take me back a little ways while I'm casting a 3rd level fireball to try to get the majority of the group. Since we've hit him several times, like if the choice is him and everybody else, like I want to get maximum personnel carnage versus making the bad guy go.
Okay.
On that. But yeah, so I'm going to do that first. So that is a DC 15 deck save for all those involved. And I think it's each creature half on a successful. So either way, they're taking half. Nice. Burn that 3rd level spell slot.
What was the DC again? 15?
15.
Okay. So trophy passes. The gun hands, they also passed.
Oh, wow. So it was 28 for anyone who failed, but everybody who passes takes half. So that's 14.
14 fire damage.
To all of them.
Okay. That is 14, and 14 for him makes... Okay. Yeah, there's a chorus of screams that go up from this blast that you've unleashed, and several of them have to like reach down and grab snow and like pat it against like any of the spots that are caught on fire. But it looks like the cover might have helped prevent some of the worst damage.
Yeah, fair enough. And then for the bonus action to jump off of, can I substitute movement for it?
Instead of trying to get off of your horse? Yeah, absolutely. But
right,
you're
because I
not
have
in control
feline
of your
agility,
horse.
right? So feline agility doubles my speed. So I thought I would just sacrifice the feline agility to get off of the horse instead.
Oh, I see what you're asking for. So, like, can you sacrifice your movement instead of your bonus action?
Or half my movement or whatever, right? Instead of just sacrificing the bonus action, can I use feline agility to get off the horse and sort of scramble to, obviously not to real cover, but you know what I mean? I'm not going to lay in the middle of the street, but you know.
Yeah, you can try an acrobatics roll.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That did not go well. That's an 8, so I probably smacked my face.
Yeah, I think you, as you're trying to get out of the
Stirrups.
saddle, this horse is just not taking this at all, especially now that there's been a massive explosion of fire.
Fair.
And it has basically spun around and jerked the reins kind of out of your hands and is starting to basically run back towards the canyon. As you kind of like turn to try to roll off, you realize that one of your feet is caught in the stirrup. And you manage to like reach down and yank your pant leg or your chap or whatever it is that you wear out of there just kind of at the last minute before it basically like breaks your ankle. And you're on the ground, but it was not as graceful as you would have liked.
No worries. Do I still have a bonus action?
Yes.
Excellent. So I'm going to bonus action healing word. I should still be within 60 feet of Lucky, although I should be further back now than the range of their shotguns since I took the horse back a bit, was the plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine that the horse probably moved at least half of its movement before you got out of the saddle.
Sounds good. Not that it's... How bloody are you, Lucky?
I'm pretty low.
Okay. It doesn't do much, but I'll go ahead and bonus action healing word.
All right.
Lucky at second level. And so that's 10 hit points back, Lucky.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to Dusty.
I would like to try out my new tomahawk and see if I can launch this a couple of times at whoever's closest. So in doing it, I'm gonna get off the horse. I'm gonna use my bonus action to get off the horse.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of lay out my plan and decide. You can decide how exactly this is gonna work. I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I am also going to, in the process of my attack or after my attack, start moving towards cover using my evasive footwork maneuver, which will give me a bonus to my AC until I stop moving. So kind of like after my turn. I don't know really the way that's worded. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm not going to stop moving, I guess, until my next turn, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
But I would also like to be doing that towards one of the closest guys so that I can launch my tomahawk towards him, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you were 50 feet away. The horse is spooking. You're basically just kind of letting it run. You're hopping out of the saddle with your bonus action. And then you're moving 30 feet?
Yes, I've got a 30-foot speed.
Okay. Evasively. You're moving 30 feet closer, which puts you at 20 feet, which should be the short range for your thrown weapon.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is probably one of the people on kind of the outside of the arrangement, if you will. So somebody who was not caught in the fireball is probably the closest.
Perfect. That's going to be a 19 to hit him.
Will hit even with this cover.
Perfect. Ooh, that's going to be 13 damage.
Good grief. Okay.
And if he's still alive, the second that tomahawk touches my palm again as it comes back, I'm going to launch it back at the same guy.
Does it return to you?
If we did our short rest, Lucky said he would switch the thing he did with my knife over to the tomahawk.
Oh, very cool. Okay, hell yeah.
We did a long rest.
You did.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So you absolutely could have done that as well. Okay, so yeah, you let loose with Kichkahile, and he is still alive despite the grievous wound caused by it.
Perfect. I rolled a 12 to hit the next. No, sorry, 13 to hit with the next die.
13 is going to glance off of the stagecoach fragment that he's hiding behind. You hear it kind of thunk into the wood before it appears back in your hand again.
Okie doke. I will have a 19 AC because of the 4 I rolled from until I stopped moving from my evasive footwork.
All right. That brings us back to the top of the round with Lucky.
Oh man, I think he's gonna have to try his luck. If I use my racial jump, how does that affect me dismounting the horse?
Mm-hmm.
Can jump up to 15.
You can give me an acrobatics roll, and we'll see.
All right. Not a bad number. Let's see what we got on the character sheet to add to it. Total of 15.
Okay. Yeah, so you managed to disengage yourself well enough from the saddle before the horse really kind of starts to completely just go wild and buck. And you launch yourself kind of from the back of the saddle with your hop, is what it's called, I think.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay.
And yeah, after he tries to stop this shot coming in, and it goes. Normally, the defensive field slows things down. It just pierced right through it with this magic projectile, and it like tore off a portion of his helmet. And so you can actually see him underneath still. So the disguise is now basically lost, and he's not looking too well after like it smashes him in the face, and he's gonna have to turn another dial on his chest, and you see it his armor vibrates, and then now there's 3 more of him as mirror image vibration, so you can't quite see where he is. And nice. I'm going to try to move out of being in a shotgun cone of it, as many of them as I can from where I'm at. Try to get behind something and get in a more advantageous position, even if it's strictly defensive.
All right, so again, you won't be able to mechanically take cover, but you are kind of moving towards something that qualifies. You may be able to maybe take that next turn. You absolutely can move out of the kind of the dead zone that you were in before, basically by closing the distance between you and some of these gun hands. Okay.
That's it for him.
That was Lucky. It is Trophy's turn. Trophy pops up from behind the cover that he's in, seeing Lucky leap through the air, and is going to turn basically to where Lucky landed and ran to, and is basically going to just start walking straight towards you. He's got his revolver kind of held out in front of him, almost at waist level, and he just starts fanning the hammer on this with his other hand. He's going to fire at you 3 times. What is your AC? Still 19?
All day.
All day. All right. Let's see what he got here. He's got oh God, Chad. Jesus. It's a nat 20 on the first one. Second one is gonna miss.
Good thing for those clones.
And the third one is only a 12. Is also gonna miss. Okay. However,
forgot you had mirror image. Nice.
Yeah. So I rolled a
right.
9, which is above a 6. So you hit one of my clones.
Excellent. Okay. Wow.
Which would just probably evaporate it.
Incredibly lucky for you, because yeah, absolutely. He shoots this thing, and you just watch as it, evaporates. It just kind of turns into some kind of mixture of smoke and like tendrils. Is you can kind of hear him curse, "Fucking coward. Always have been. Hold still. I got more room on my shell."
We're all gonna have a nice soup out of it.
Okay. Okay. He is going to use his bonus action to activate Dreadful. Anybody who is within 30 feet of him, which I think is just Lucky at this point, you need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Luckily, I rolled well.
Okay.
That is a total of 18 with my -1 wisdom save.
Okay. So you feel this fear of him starting to well up in you. You know, this visage of him kind of like marching straight towards you, fanning the hammer of this revolver, throws you back to another time that you have crossed paths with Trophy, and what it cost you. However, you manage to get a hold of that fear before it kind of takes hold of you, and manage to push through. Okay.
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
We can fix that.
Over my dead body.
That's the plan.
First come, first serve.
Gun hands. There are still 5 of them. They have fired 1 shot of their shotguns so far. So, I think they're going to unload their second barrels. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to have 1 try to shoot at each one of you, but several of you moved outside of the range of their shotguns. I might have to change my plan. Okay. Here we go. Instead, they are drawing their hunting knives, and they are all moving to close with Lucky. Lucky, you've got 5 individuals coming at you with hunting knives, and they are going to be using their reckless attack. All right, they've got that.
I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here. What was the range for dude's dreadful or whatever? Because I know I was 20 feet from one of these guys.
30 from Trophy.
Okay, perfect. Thank God.
All right. Dude number 1 is going to hit a 20. Dude number 2 going to hit a 14, so that's not going to work. Dude number 3 also a 14. It's not going to work. Dude number 4, it's an 18. It's not going to work. Dude number 5, only a 15. So only one of them managed to get through and actually deal slashing damage to you. Lucky.
To my clone.
To your
'Cause I
clone.
rolled
That's right.
a 19 and you hit
Oh my god.
the wrong target.
Well done, sir. Okay.
How you take magic.
Another one of your apparitions is slashed to ribbons as this guy just kind of like rakes his hunting knife, this Bowie style knife that's, probably close to a foot long, back and forth, trying to get to you, but does nothing more than engages with one of your arcane clones. All right. Virgil, it is your turn.
All right, so I just need a little bit of, since we typically don't play with a map, I need a little bit of visual understanding so that I know where I'm placing spells.
I got you, boo.
Okay? So, I know that Lucky and Trophy are down near the base of where this holdout is, and 5 other members of the posse, right? It was better when they were all in a line and they were all looking out in the direction, but now that they're all near you, that changes a little bit. But I don't think it's going to really change what I want to do, because I feel like you'll be able to do it, Lucky, unless I'm able to cancel out him being I don't know if I'm able to stop it from affecting you, but I think I want it to affect everybody else around. So it's my new spell that I got from the level up. So I'm going to drop, I think, I'm going to drop Hypnotic Pattern down on that space. I can cast it from 150 feet. So I am going to drop Hypnotic Pattern down. And let me look it up.
What do you need from me?
It basically says
Laz.
You need to do a wisdom saving throw, or the creature gets the charm condition for the duration. While in the charm condition, they are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Okay, interesting.
As long as
wisdom save, you said?
Yeah, and it says confetti, but I feel like a pinch of confetti is the material component. But I feel like in this setting, like a pinch of tobacco would be more appropriate.
Sure.
So I imagine like he takes a pinch of tobacco, rubs it in his hands, and then blows the tobacco smoke into the air, away from it. And then as it kind of goes up into the air, we watch as essentially the visage of the gallow tree kind of forms from that dust. And it's almost as if the gallow tree is trying to wring all of their necks at once, sort of clambering forth in as like this dust cloud, very, very mummy-esque, as the mouth of the gallow tree sort of begins to clamber forth towards them. And if they fail, they are charmed for the duration to sort of be entranced by this look.
Okay. And you said it's a wisdom saving throw of what DC? It is a
wisdom saving throw, and it is my save DC of... Where is it? 15 currently.
Okay. So far, I've got 1 fail, 1 pass.
I fail.
1 fail, 2 passes. 2 fails, 2 passes. 3 passes, 2 fails.
Okay. So as long as I'm concentrating on it, it'll work. I imagine that he just sees that as an opportunity to kind of take out as many people as he can. So he's gonna do that, and then immediately seeing that you've been caught up in the glamour, he's frustrated with himself that he did that, but at the same time he's like, at least you're not getting pummeled on by 6 dudes at once. Like that's like, I'd rather take out as many people as possible for you. And then I think his next step is to get back behind cover before that.
Okay. That was an action, right?
That was an action. That was my whole action to do.
Okay.
And I don't think I have a bonus action spell that I can cast, so I'm good. Yep.
All right. So the ones that you managed to charm, the ones that failed, I put on the 2 that are the least damaged. So theoretically, the ones that will be in the fight the longest.
Cool.
They repeat that save at the end of their turn.
Yeah, you can repeat the save at the end of every turn, but yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you see 2 of these individuals. I know it says charmed, but I imagine that it's probably not really like they're enamored or charmed by this thing. They're probably more terrified.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of like shielding their eyes and their faces kind of with their hands, kind of cowering from this thing, not really understanding that it's just a figment. Okay, that was Virgil. Elias, it is your turn.
All right. Who is got the least amount of cover? One of the other guys, or
Yeah, definitely the gun hands at the moment, because they're all kind of surrounding Laz, who is kind of taking cover against the enemies, so you can see all of them pretty
Perfect.
easily.
All right. Then I will shoot at them. 16.
16 will absolutely hit.
All right. That would be 8 points of damage.
8 points. You going after one of the charmed ones or one of the ones that's taking damage from the fireball?
Charmed ones.
One of the charmed ones, okay. The one that already had damage on him?
Sure.
Okay. 8 points brings him to... He's still alive.
Second shot is 11
hurt.
to hit.
11 is going to miss.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more shots from Elias's long gun, one of which finds their target. He cowers even harder. Marco, you're up.
Excellent. So this is just double checking the reading of something real quick. Awesome. So I would like to move to break line of sight from the group, but keep myself within 30 feet of Lucky. So I realize that it takes an action to get in cover where you get like AC bonuses, but I'm essentially trying to get it so that they would have to move to find me more than to hit me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Is that the same
Yeah.
thing or is it different? So yeah, I'm just trying to get away from line of sight for like easy shots and for spells and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How far away are you trying to keep, or how close are you trying to keep to Lucky?
I need to be within 30 feet of Lucky.
Okay, because right now all of the gun hands are basically at the same location that Lucky is.
Right. I don't need to be able to see Lucky.
Ah, okay. Then that answers the next question. Perfect. Yeah. So again, a broken piece of stagecoach that you can kind of like move behind you. Again, you're not kind of like stacked up against it, but more or less you just put it between you and them.
Got it. He's incapacitated, so can he do anything? Can he get healed? Yeah, he should be able to get healed, right?
Lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think you can
Cool.
intentionally fail anything that's, like a positive effect.
So I'm going to dip out of range, or not out of range, out of line of sight, hide behind that thing a little bit, pop Aura Vitality. And so healing energy radiates from me within a 30-foot radius. It moves centered on me. I can use a bonus action to heal any creature, including myself, for 2d6 hit points. So I'm going to go ahead, and since he's in my aura and I'm dipped out of the way, that's not much. That's only 3 hit points back to you, but
Cool.
I can do basically 2d6 every bonus action.
Nice. Is there a visual effect to this aura?
It kind of defeats the purpose of hiding, though, doesn't it?
Fair enough.
If I'm glowing with it.
Not if it's the audience that sees it.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is coming from Sister Elsa, so it's definitely like radiant light, it's definitely like radiant light of sorts behind, or the little, because I have tons of little stars of Luz on my um personages, as if they were sheriff stars or other things on the hats. I think all of those are glowing while this is active.
Hell yeah.
And so that is concentration for the next minute. So we get 10 rounds of 2d6 each. Or not each. I can do 2d6 on the bonus action.
I was gonna say, yeah. Okay. All right. So Marco gives a little bit of love to Lucky. And that brings us to Dusty's turn.
If I can get within 20 feet of this group of guys, I think I'm gonna launch my tomahawk back in there again in the group of them.
Yeah, you had not moved out of the shotgun range, I don't believe. So
no, I moved
you're
up
still
to 20
fairly
feet to one of those guys.
right.
So
yeah, so you're actually still pretty close. So yeah, closing with, or not closing with, but getting within 20 feet of the gun hands that are kind of surrounding Lucky would not be difficult to do at all.
I think I'm gonna continue to do the evasive footwork while doing that, just kind of darting out back and forth and launching this tomahawk as like I'm going between cover, or maybe Lucky, or maybe Dusty's not even going to cover. He's just like running and kind of causing a distraction with his tomahawk, kind of being in the open but evasively.
Okay, sure.
It's gonna be a 21 to hit with the first throw.
Will absolutely hit.
Oh, that's the wrong damage die, so let me roll that. That's 10 damage.
This is one of the ones that was caught in the fireball, or one of the ones that was charmed?
Probably not a charmed one, so probably anyone that wasn't charmed.
Got it.
Just to kind of knock them out, hopefully.
10 more points. He is still up.
All right, that's going to be a 27 to hit.
Oh. I'm sorry. I should have clarified also. They all did recklessly attack on their turn. So anybody who's attacking them should also be at advantage. So Todd, if you want to roll yours again, the one that missed, and the one that hit as well, for that matter, just in case it does turn into a critical.
Cool. Yeah. Not a crit, but I did get a 22.
Then that will hit. So go ahead and roll up the damage on that one. And then Nathan, advantage for you as well, because they were still attacking recklessly.
18 points of damage.
18 points. You want it to the same one, Todd?
Sure.
Okay. Then that will be enough to kill him, actually.
Sweet.
All right, Nathan, what you got?
27 to hit.
Yes.
None of the rerolls were crits.
Okay.
That's 9 damage.
9 more to the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a launch it. That tomahawk comes flying back as Dusty throws his hand back again, kind of darts over and just launches it again as he's running by.
Yeah,
and then my AC will be an 18 now.
Okay. Yeah, the first one, the tomahawk kind of sinks into the back of his thigh, and he screams out and grabs the back of his thigh. And just as he's kind of like screaming out, there's a second thunk as it then lands into the back of his shoulder on the other side. And he is howling in pain, but he is still alive.
I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Not that this may necessarily do anything in particular mechanics wise, but I think the entire time Dusty's doing this evasive footwork and running back and forth, he's trying to goad at the very least the gun hands to try to turn and away from Lucky and come after him. He's shouting obscenities, maybe talking about their mothers, anything that he can think of in the book, the gambler's book, the outlaw book, and he's just trying to piss them off.
Do you have a bonus action?
I haven't taken one.
Okay. If you'd like, you can make an intimidation.
I can do that. 14.
All right. Okay. There's definitely a couple of them that are paying attention to you and what you're saying. They are scowling at you, baring their teeth, and it definitely seems like they might be taking the bait. Okay. That is the bottom of round 2. Back to the top with round 3. Lucky, it is your turn.
Let's see how lucky he is. I am going to try and, well, not really try. I'm going to go ahead and use my hippity hop again because I can jump and not provoke
Yeah, I was going to say.
opportunities of attack. So I'm going
Well
to
done.
get 15 feet away from them. But while I'm hopping, I'm going to use my own shotgun to try to get all of them in a nice little coon.
Yeah, absolutely. Up to the first 20 feet. So yeah, all 5 of them would be included in it.
Did one of them go down?
So you roll your attack
Mm-hmm.
with your shotgun, and that gets checked against their ACs.
Okay. But more, there's 6, isn't there?
There are 5 of them.
Well, there's 5 gun hands and then Morgraph.
Morgraph is still a distance away from you. He didn't close with you. He's been shooting you with his revolver.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get him too. All right.
You could point the cone that direction, but you wouldn't be able to get all the gun hands and him in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
You just going for the gun hands?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so, since that's my most immediate threat. And I have said hello to him already. I am getting an advantage, correct?
Yes.
Say recklessly attack stuff.
Yep.
Well, that gives me a nat 20.
Oh shit. Okay.
For some big old critties.
Big old critties indeed.
So
All right,
automatically
so
3d6.
3d6 times. So yeah, or
Plus.
yeah, 18 plus whatever you roll.
So 28.
Jesus. Okay. Okay, so one of them had not taken any damage. The one that is charmed but still alive. The rest of them all die. So what does that look like?
Yeah, he jumps up and like his chest piece is kind of crackling from the vibration and all the damage that it's taken. And he's gonna jump up, and as he fires the shotgun, it discharges from his arc charge also from his chest. So it like amplifies the shotgun. So they don't just get hit with the shotgun pellets, they get like Palpatined at the same time. And then it like, so he like jumps up in the air and then he blasts it, shoots him back some ways, and then as the dust kind of settles from that, then he'll just close the distance back in on the last guy, I guess. Yeah, ready to attack him.
Yeah, absolutely. Trophy is extremely pissed. You and your damn tricks. You're always hopping around and causing trouble. You just gotta hold still and die.
Silly rabbit.
All right. It is Trophy's turn. He has fired 5 of his shots that he has in his revolver. He's going to fire the last one at Lucky. What is your AC currently, Lucky? 19 still?
Yes, sir.
You still got them mirror images?
Uno más.
Okay. You go ahead and roll it because he hit you. Or one of you.
Which one does he hit? I have to get an 11 or higher. And I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay. So then he hit the real you?
No, I got a 12. A 1 and
Oh,
a 2.
a 1
I
and a
needed
2.
11. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
sir.
Okay. So the last mirror image of Lucky disappears, and he is just beside himself, cursing a blue streak. He's going to use his bonus action to reload. Means you cannot do anything else. He is, for the first time, actually backing away towards cover, though. Not taking cover because he can't, but he is backing away towards cover instead of closing the distance further. Definitely does not seem to be going the way he had hoped. The gun hands are the ones that remain. There is only one of them still. Let's figure out if he's going to stick with Lucky or if he's going to change over to Dusty. Lucky it is. He's going to close with Lucky with this hunting knife. Ooh, actually, he still has one in the chamber with his shotgun. He's going to return the favor. He swings around at you, shotgun kind of held down at his hip, and pulls the trigger on the second chamber. See if he can get a 19. No. So, though he gets this shot off before his inevitable demise, he goes wide, trying to anticipate where Lucky was going to land after leaping, and just completely missing entirely with his spread. Shotgun is now empty. He, however, cannot load as a bonus action, so he's going to have to use an action to reload. So he can't do that this turn. Okay. That was the gun hands. Virgil, it is your turn.
Ooh, me, oh my. Okay, well, gun hand is still out. Trophy is still out. I see Trophy starting to back away toward cover. And I think I'm gonna hopefully get him. I would like to try to take both my shots of my Eldritch Blast at this turtle.
Okay. May certainly do so. Let her rip.
Okay. Ooh, okay, buddy. All right, the first one was an 11 plus 7, so 18.
Will hit. Barely,
Okay.
but it does hit.
Okay. That does a total of only 7 damage this time around. But the next one, though, was a nat 20.
Okay.
So, nat 20, I don't remember how you do it for Caldera. If you could remind me.
So, you were doing Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
What is your Eldritch Blast bolts? D10?
Eldritch Blast bolts are a D10 plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. So, you're going to start with 14. So, it's your maximum damage that you can do. Dice plus modifiers. And then you're going to roll the dice and add the modifiers a second time.
Okay.
So, you're starting at a 14.
Okay. So we've got, ooh, baby. Okay. Well, that, making sure it's not a 6 or a 9. You know that situation? You got to look. So that's me a 9 on the die plus 4. So
13.
Another 13 damage.
So 27.
27 damage all up. Yep.
Okay. Okay. He is hurt. Bad. But
And let me
he
see.
is still alive. He is not quite bloodied.
I just wanted to see if I had any additional added to the Eldritch Blast. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I should have been doing this for a bit. I forgot about this. One of my Eldritch evocations is Lance of Lethargy. So once on each of my turns, when I hit a creature with the Eldritch Blast, I can reduce the creature's speed to 10 feet until the end of my next turn. So
Reduce
if he
it by
tries
10 feet or to 10
by-
feet?
no, by 10 feet. So
By 10 feet. Okay.
until the end of the next turn. So yeah.
Okay.
So if he tries to move, he'll have his speed reduced by 10 feet
Heard. Okay.
until my next turn.
All right. So yeah, he is hit, and if it's possible for an anthropomorphic turtle to move even slower, that's what he's doing.
Hey, Jeremy, quick question on that.
Mhm.
Do we see? I can't remember if Trophy can teleport or not. Do we know?
I don't think that there has been any indication that he can do so.
Okay. Do we see any horses or transportation of any sort?
Not currently, no.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. That's a great point, though. Trophy is actually going to call out to the remaining gun hand. He is going to tell him, "You get back to town, and you let the sheriff know where they are. Get on, get out of here." He tells this last remaining individual to return to Thunder Ridge. Okay, that was Virgil's turn. Elias, it is your turn.
All right. Well, since I heard that, I'm going to shoot at that guy.
Fair choice.
24.
Will absolutely hit him.
11 points of damage.
11 points. That okay. What does it look like as you kill him?
Man, I don't know. Probably just it. I cock and I shoot, and bullet goes in, hits him in the shoulder, spins around, goes down.
Absolutely. This nice little like poof of like snow as he like hits the ground.
Yep.
All right. He is no longer charmed because he's dead.
All right. Second shot.
Trophy's the only target remaining.
Yep. 27.
Will absolutely hit him.
That would be 16 points of damage.
Okay. 16. Okay, he is bloodied now. But it's still kicking. I mean, a lot of these shots are, hitting him in the shell and punching through, causing him to kind of like rock this way or that. But you can tell this is not the first time that he's been in a nasty gunfight. And he doesn't seem entirely unprepared for the grievous injuries that he's receiving.
Man, I need to get some poison bullets or something.
All right. Marco.
Necrotic.
There you go.
Excellent. Marco will step out from behind the wagon wheel or whatever it is he's at now and start calling out and insulting our little turtle friend as a cold-blooded, soulless piece of shit. Will never find the warmth or the light or any of those other things. That's vicious mockery, so it's a DC 15.
Is that wisdom?
Save. Yep.
Okay. DC 15, you said?
Yep.
Whoops, whoa, that was almost bad. He passed.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, he
Like
doesn't
23.
get disadvantage. Hoping to give him disadvantage on that one. But that did not work. So instead, I'll just give Lucky, because I want him to go walk up and kill his friend, his old friend. I will give him 2d6 back. Let's see if we get better rolls this time. Much better. That's 11 more health back to you, Lucky.
How much was that?
11.
Thank you so much.
No worries. I have 8 charges left before it runs out. 8 bonus actions left. And I am going to bravely hide behind the wheel again.
Okay. Dusty.
Dusty is going to begin to slowly walk towards Trophy. I think my first attack is going to be a thrown tomahawk. I don't know how far away he actually is, if I can get to melee with him in 30 feet or not.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
It
I
was-
want to throw the first tomahawk for sure.
Okay. Absolutely doable.
That's a 16.
16 glances off of his shell.
All right. The second one, I think I actually want to close with this guy and swing my tomahawk at him this time.
Okay.
Melee style. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Will hit.
All right. That's math 12 damage. And then I think I'm actually going to do a goading strike on him. So I'll have to add a superiority die to that, which is another 5 damage. So it would be 17 total.
Okay. Is goading just extra damage?
Sorry, no, it will, let's see. Add the extra damage. I'm going to attempt to goad him into attacking me. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 15 is the DC. If he fails, then he'll have disadvantage on any attack rolls other than me.
Did wisdom?
Yes,
And you said 15?
15.
He failed.
Heck yeah.
So if he attacks anyone but you, he's at disadvantage?
Anyone but me, he's at disadvantage.
Okay. Good to know.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my action surge too.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm just going to hack at him a couple more times.
Okay. Sure.
That's a 21 to hit
We'll hit.
for another 12 damage.
Oof. Still up.
And that's only going to be a 13 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right, I think I'm done now.
Okay. You just go absolute ape shit on him with this tomahawk, and you're cutting massive gaping wounds into his leathery skin, deep gouges into his shell, where you can see, pale flesh underneath. He is not pleased.
I'm not sure that I know that none of the party has ever seen Dusty do something like this with a tomahawk, but I'm relatively sure as well that no one's ever seen him go this crazy, even with his knives. He's been in a few close quarters fights in saloons and things like that, but it's always been like a quick control, couple of stabs and back away. Most of his intense fighting has always been at least a little bit of a distance knife throwing. So this is a feral coyote with a tomahawk just hacking into a turtle. This is probably different than anything that any of the party has seen from Dusty thus far.
Okay. That brings us to the bottom of round 3. Starting with round 4, Lucky, you are up first.
I'm going to run up as fast as a rabbit's metal legs can take it and use a hop to jump up in the air and bring down the thunder, the booming blade, down on his head.
Okay.
It's off the table. That's gonna miss, I do believe.
What you got?
Let's see. A 14.
It will, in fact, miss.
And I can't extra attack off of that. So he's gonna stand there and look pretty silly now. But he will be in his face, and I don't think it matters if he gets hit by that or not. Yeah, no, he has to be hit. So I'm here, and there's electricity bounding off of my gauntlets, and I'm just not running away from a turtle, because that'd be pretty easy anyways, right?
All right. It is Trophy's turn. His attention has not left Lucky. So he is going to attack with his claws now that he is in close quarters. He's going to be at disadvantage because it's somebody other than Dusty, but he is going to attempt it all the same. First strike. Ooh, the disadvantage saved you from another fucking critical. Second one. You're still at a 19? Okay, so that's going to get through. How many hit points do you have?
39.
Okay, so he's going to make the third one at you as well, because there's not a chance that he would drop you with that one. And misses you with a 16. Okay, so one got through. You're going to be taking slashing damage from his claw, the tune of 9 points. Okay. He, looking at the situation, realizes that the tables have turned. All his men are dead. They have not managed to fell a single one of you. And he turns his shell towards you and starts to run away. Albeit, he is slow, so he only moves 20 feet.
If he gets that far, since I get an attack of opportunity first.
You and Dusty both may take an attack of opportunity against him if you wish.
I got an 18.
That'll hit him.
$11 from me. Thunder damage, if that matters.
It does not in this case. He is hurt, but he is still alive.
Got a 22
Will also hit him.
for 11 damage as well.
Damn. All right. His total. He is still alive. So he moves 20 feet away from you, heading back away from this kind of like half semicircle ring of rocks and broken pieces of carriages. Your guess is probably heading towards some kind of transportation.
Who were you saying was a coward now?
You ain't heard the last of me, Lucky.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We'll meet again soon, too.
Oh, I'm not
Virgil,
done yet.
you're up.
Oh man. I think there's this moment where Virgil will get up on the rock. Like the rock ledge. He'll like perch up there. And I'm gonna take my Eldritch Blasts and I'm gonna try to hit him twice, but I want to do so almost like as if I'm gliding towards him. Right? So I want to like kick up off the rock that I'm on. Because if anything, mechanically, I want to move into his space so that he can't get away. But I'm going to try to fire the 2 Eldritch Blasts on my glide in down to where he's at.
You moved outside of the range of the shotguns, right?
I did. So I was like, yeah, that would have been.
Yeah. So you're more than 60 feet from him.
Okay. Easy. Yeah, it's easy peasy. I just want to, as I'm coming down and getting closer, I want to take those shots.
Yeah, absolutely. That part you can absolutely do. I just don't know that you would actually be able to close with him.
No worries. I'm not trying to.
Okay.
I'm a
Gotcha.
warlock. I'm not trying to close on anybody. It's
Fair
all
enough.
good. Okay, that one will not. That one will. That's an 18 on the die. We're good. Okay.
That'll
so
hit.
that'll be 25 to hit, and then let's see about the damage. Oh, there it is. There's my spell. Damage wise, we are looking at, please be good. Ooh, not great. Not great at all. That's the lowest I have so far. That'll be wait, no, there's no way. Hold on. Let me roll it physically because D&D Beyond is weird. It said I only got 5 damage. There's no way. Unless I rolled a 1. So yeah, that
1
would work. Yeah. 1. Yeah. So that's 5 damage.
Okay.
There's no way.
He is still alive. He continues to try to stagger away as you're pummeling him in the back. Elias.
All right. 17.
Will hit him. That's the magic number.
Perfect. 15 points of damage.
Cool. Elias, what does it look like as you drop him?
Nice. Bullet comes in, tags him in the back of the neck on the shell. You see the shell shatter, and it just pierces through.
He stops lumbering. You hear just like a gurgle. He kind of turns around halfway. This look of shock, even hidden in the shadow of his shell, you can see that his eyes are wide as his mouth kind of gaps, this beak opening and closing, and the bandana that he wears beneath his head is rapidly turning crimson as he kind of reaches these little clawed reptilian hands kind of up towards it, dropping his pistol in the snow. He halfway kind of turns around and looks with surprise at you, Lucky. His eyes narrow at you one last time, and then he falls forward into the snow.
Turtle soup.
I make sure to walk over and put my heavy metal boot as down as far as possible on his throat to make sure that he won't come back. And then I rip my bony paws from his shell and I crush them in my gauntlets and I just let them sprinkle over him.
Trophy Morgraph is no more. because he had your feet, I gave him the lucky feet.
Love it. Love it.
He
Makes
didn't
sense.
roll a 1, so it didn't come up. But okay,
Wait.
go ahead.
Let's say why we have everybody back while we're standing over the body or whatever.
Mhm.
I went ahead and rolled these out. Lucky, you can get 10 HP back. Elias, for the killing blow, you should have been down 11, right? So I can give you those 11 back.
Awesome.
So I got a 6 and a 5. Dusty, you also can get 11 back at a 6 and a 5. And then Virgil, you would get 7 back. As my aura fades.
Fantastic.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay.
I did the
Right.
pistol.
You took the pistol. Perfect. The pistol. Where? Okay, there we go. The pistol looks like this.
Neat.
Okay, I think this is a good place to take our break. So we're gonna take a 10-minute smoke away if you got them, kiss your spouse, go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, etc., etc. And when we come back, we will finish the second part of session 13 of Thunder Ridge, raising the ante. So sit tight, and we will be right back.
Hell yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the break. We are here with session number 13 of our Thunder Ridge Fantasy Western campaign. This episode is titled Raising the Ante. This takes place, like I said, in my homebrew world of Caldera. So, yeah, we have just defeated the nemesis, rival, secret best friend of Lucky's, Captain Kai Morgraf Trophy, otherwise known as. And yeah, he now lies face down in the snow. His pistola has been discarded into the snow beside him, and has now been claimed, at least for the moment, by Elias. But on the tail end of this exchange that has just happened at the mouth of Colbox Canyon, after the reports of the gunfire have dissipated, the gun smoke has started to settle as the snow pushes it closer to the ground. What are the five of you doing? What is the conversation that's taking place?
I'm gonna say
That was far easier than going into town.
I would say to Morgraf, he gave me one last scar, but he'll be one last trophy. And I'm gonna yank his head out of his shell to hopefully adorn to my armor. So that he can be a trophy. I'm gonna check if he had anything else of import or information or anything upon him.
He has his Reclaimer's badge.
Had
his Reclaimer's badge.
I'll be taking that.
So yeah, you now have a Reclaimer's badge. The rest of the gun hands didn't really have any kind of demarcation as far as that goes. They weren't deputized or anything. But each one of them has a shotgun and a hunting knife, as well as 4 gold dragons apiece. So, or 5 of them. So there's 20 gold dragons from them. Morgraf has a banknote that is worth $90. 90 gold dragons.
I'll hand that over to Virgil.
Did
Did he have an insignia of his rank that I could have?
I would imagine so. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. That would be his Reclaimer's badge.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, effectively, it shows that he's a Reclaimer, and it's got some kind of additional bars or something on one of the legs of the star that kind of indicates that he was a captain. Not far away if you go searching, you can find what looks like a camp. There's a fire that has been very hastily kind of doused. Several tents that are set up. The cooking pot, that was on the stove, it's, gone cold since the fire was doused, but it's still got, stew kind of sitting in it. Still got some residual warmth. And there are 6 horses that are tied up there as well. Actually, sorry, it would be 7. I forgot the scout that you shot initially.
We could always give these horses that we're on back and have these for our own.
A good question. Were we able to get our horses back as well?
Yeah, it might take some doing. But I mean, they literally ran deeper into a box canyon, so there's nowhere for them to go. And they're tamed horses, they're domesticated, so it wouldn't take anything to kind of like, after they calm down, be able to recollect them. So yeah, it would give you a total of 12, a dozen horses.
Good evening.
I think that Dusty is going to search this camp and maybe around the camp as well to try to determine if any others were with this group, or make sure they don't have like any missives or letters sending them here. Just trying to find out if this was Trophy's agenda or someone else's.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival. Or you're looking for missives and stuff, not necessarily footprints. Investigation would work too.
18 for investigation.
Okay. Looking around their camp, you can see that there's not a lot of literature with these individuals. They don't necessarily look like the well-read type, but you can find the orders that he was carrying from Wellington Rails, basically giving him the bounty, the contract on Lucky.
I would give that to Lucky at some point.
Yeah, it's essentially like a warrant for Lucky's arrest by the Reclaimers. Warrant
How much
bounty.
is he worth?
Ooh.
Maybe I should ask that before I give him the warrant.
Roll me a d4, Chad.
Ooh, I got one of those. Where is it? It's a weird shaped one.
Oh no, he froze. Just looked at that luxurious hair. I'm not jealous at all or anything. Just here it is, filling up his window.
I mean, you gotta grow it while you got it, right?
Amen to that. A 3. Okay. So it's currently at $300. Not a particularly high bounty necessarily, but you definitely got the impression that this was a pet project of Trophies. That this was not just about the money.
Well, it cost him plenty.
You get the feeling as well that now that he's killed a Reclaimer, there's a good chance that this might go up.
If anyone finds out.
Yeah.
Although wearing his head around on your body might be a
Yeah,
good
I was gonna
indicator.
say.
Touche. Or like a
Maybe you should
toupee.
put like a mask on it. You can get like maybe a colored one.
His bandana over it.
There you go. It's just a red bandana on
It's
this
red
turtle's
now.
head.
I mean, it'll be I'm gonna clean it up. It'll be a skull. I'm not just gonna have this rotting flesh on my head. So it could be any other turtle man, right?
Look,
Sure.
one of our guys already has a floating skull above him. So, I mean,
Listen,
Gotta
Part of it,
boil
of
it a
course.
couple times. It'll be all right.
armored rabbits walk around wearing turtle skulls all the time.
Could be anybody, really. Mistaken identity. It happens all the time. Perfect. Okay. I think in this game we were not bothering with identify. Is that right?
I hope so. I don't think any of us
and
have
I
it.
cast it as a ritual.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
I
Perfect.
think we ended up doing that on the axe. So
Okay. Excellent. Do you want to identify Trophy's revolver?
Oh, but of course I love magical items.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Let me see if I've got the
Especially one that looks that cool.
Especially ones from my dead enemies.
Okay, so I have that.
This takes me back to Killer Croc. TikTok Killer Croc.
Yeah. It was in Trickle Down, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to remember where that was, but yeah, Killer Croc was trickle down. You had his
Yeah.
crazy like shotgun kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It might have
Yeah.
been like a submachine gun, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blasted the side of that nightclub open and like jumped when he jumped out into the parking lot. Yeah, that was a crazy fight. Nope, that's not the right one. It is known as the Eye of Wrath. This revolver is a +1 weapon that allows its wielder to apply their strength modifier to the attack and damage rolls instead of dexterity. Additionally, attacks with this weapon are considered melee attacks, regardless of distance, which is why he was able to apply his smite at range.
Brother, that's wicked.
That is
That's
cool.
Sick.
That is cool.
Thank you.
I am not a
So-
strength-based build, though.
Fair enough. I don't know if anybody in our party is a
I was
strength.
gonna say, are any of us?
A problem that comes up often in Caldera because everybody's like, "Ooh, guns, dexterity."
Yep.
Listen, I went with knives dexterity. Okay.
I'll just let it be known that the reason why Virgil has and I repeat this for everyone in the audience because, hey, this is the first time that this has ever happened in my D&D career. My strength is an 8, which means I have a -1.
Ooh,
I've never been a no strength boy ever
oh
in my
no,
career.
Lucky's a 7.
But
I'm a -1
Kick-ass
as well.
item.
I could use my
Kick-ass item.
intelligence.
I'm a
Nobody can use
-1.
it.
I don't think any of us are winning.
Oh my god.
we all care. Look, you got a bunch of guys who are thieves by the way of mage hand. Like, we don't lift things. We just have unseen servants and mage hands lifting everything.
I'm just waiting for the next game where we have to go to a carnival and like if anyone can ring the bell, you win the prize.
Can I ring
Don't
it with
give
an
Jeremy
Eldritch
ideas.
Blast? Can I ring it with an Eldritch Blast?
None of us can lift the hammer.
Fantastic. Okay, so great weapon. Nobody in the party can use it.
Looks like
I'm-
Dusty could.
I was gonna say it might be better than I'm also carrying a +1 pistol, I think, but
Hmm.
I don't use it. But I do have a strength of 16.
Just trade them.
Oh wow! Look at Mr. Double everybody else here in
Yeah.
the party.
You're basically our pack mule. Just letting you
Ooh,
know.
Mr.
Like,
Positive
the muscle.
Modifier. Ooh.
Dusty, can you get that bag off the shelf? That needs to get crushed again.
also, can you just stable our horses and everything? Because we are a bunch of geriatrics over here. I'm so sorry.
My wisdom is my dump stat. That's where my 8 is at.
Which is how they can convince you to do all the chores.
You just have one
That's why I
dump
made a
stat?
deal with a banjo.
those are rookie numbers.
I have 3 stats under 9.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a min-max build
wild.
if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, no joke. That's
It's
hilarious.
intelligence. I mean, strength when you can use your intelligence.
Okay, so also keep in mind, in Caldera in particular, magic items are found all the time and can actually be basically like dismantled and have their enchantments put on other items.
Okay,
it takes
cool.
it takes a mage right to be able to do so. They're the ones that know how this process works, and it is illegal as fuck. But seeing as you're not really on the side of the law that gives a shit, there is that part. And you actually have met a mage right already. The dwarf mountain man that kind of directed you to how to find the Jangis tribe is a mage right. So, also as an option. I don't know that dismantling that into its enchantments would necessarily benefit anybody either, but it's a possibility.
You might be a good fence for it either way.
Yeah, absolutely. You would know that a magic weapon would certainly not be hard to sell. Okay. What's next? What happens now?
Well, I think Virgil's whole deal is he knows that these people were coming in, maybe not all together, but he knows that like they were all within the town. How much could Morgrath have had contact with anybody else? Like the idea that Virgil's having is, okay, out of the stuff that we now know, who's the next target on the list, or who might have a target on our backs because we did this to Morgrath?
I think we either still go Wellington or Bennett next. Either way, and the sheriff's the one to help. The old sheriff.
Yeah,
And
I
maybe
would agree with that. Yeah.
Sticking around where we just murdered 7 more people. You know, we ought to chuck them in the canyon and let the canyon do its due.
Only one
Yeah, I was
of
gonna
them
say
was
we need to
murdered.
clean up.
I mean, we murdered the first guy. To be fair, yeah, we
only one
straight
of
up
them was
murdered that
murdered.
motherfucker.
They did not.
True on us.
Everything
but-
else was self-defense.
Yeah.
Is it after you shoot somebody else for whistling? I mean, it's very Western.
When some of us didn't take part in that murder, okay?
We were trying to prevent. I will state we were trying to prevent murder. We didn't want him to alert people. That stopped that from happening, and
This is
then it
true.
still happened. We still did more murder. So, like,
You see, Your Honor, I killed
You see,
him
Your Honor,
so that
I
he
killed him
wouldn't
so that we wouldn't kill
tell
more.
anybody.
But then we went around the top to make sure that he was dead, and then there were more people to be dead. You know, like I had to kill more people.
Pay no attention to the skulls that are floating around us or hanging off of our...
Yeah, pay no
armor.
attention to the fact that I absolutely look like an executioner as I walk around every day.
Did you get him a hat yet?
Oh yeah, I
Just
probably
floats around
did.
with a hat.
He's just a floating little. He's got a little floating little sombrero on his head.
He has the feathers
Headdress,
and...
yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
like a
little feather
lanyard.
headdress. But to
Mhm.
hide the fact that it's just a floating skull, I'd rather it look like just a floating hat. So he's probably got like a floating little like flat brim.
It's just like a bucket.
Hat box ghost. Let's go.
Okay.
So we still need to make our
So-
way to the sheriff.
Okay.
I think I would take a little bit of time to prestigitation the place a little bit.
Sure.
Not just leave them out in the dead. I don't know if Mr. Toontalon over here has a way that he wants to deal with these corpses or not, but
You know what? I think maybe I would. And I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I do think that these gentlemen, based off of the fact that they did this to you, Lucky, I think that this does put Virgil in sort of a y'all will remember this calling card level nonsense. And so I think at least, like, let me roll real quick. Out of the 7 people, I think he grabs 3 bodies. 3 of the bodies. And I think we watch as he's going to cast Thorn Whip, even though he knows they're already dead. He's going to cast Thorn Whip on each one of them, and then use that. And you watch as the Thorn Whip goes down, almost like worms in dirt, just vines wrapping around their necks. And then as the rope tightens and taunts, you watch as the rope breaks from the ground and then shoots up toward the trees, and just hangs those 3 bodies in one of the trees that is next to, like, the detritus and stuff. Even though they're dead, this will be a calling card for anyone who comes by. And yeah, he's not even at this point. He would rather the town or anybody around know that he is there rather than hiding it.
Okay. So we make a display of 3 of the corpses. The rest of them sounds like maybe move a little deeper into the canyon. Sounds like Lucky is intent on possibly obfuscating them a little bit with, some snow or what have you. Again, snow's still falling. It hasn't really stopped snowing for the last couple of days. And you know that it won't be long before there's not going to be much of a trace of this to be found until thaw. And that'll be just because there's, bullet casings.
So, are we pretty confident that we can decently dispose of what bodies we have left that Virgil's not making a show out of, or?
I mean, dispose of is kind of a loose term. You're talking about basically taking them deeper into the canyon and just, like, discarding them. So
I think Dusty is gonna take a few coyote chomps out of these to make it look like some kind of animals have had a part in this. I don't know that he can do that with all of them that have bullet holes in them, but he's gonna try to make it seem more as if animals had a part in this, just in case.
fair enough. I mean, to be fair,
Oh yeah,
animals did have a part in this.
animals did have a part in this. Oh, we will.
Animals without firearms.
Oh, if it
animals
needs to
without
be,
pants.
I'll gladly stick some talons in somebody to be like, well, let's just chicken scratch this out.
I'm just watching 3 people defile corpses.
Yep.
And
Talking about
what?
whether it's better to hang them or just completely, like,
You feel free to do
disembowel
whatever you
them.
feel like you want to do, Marco, but this is us covering our ass at the end of the day.
did you guys still want to
More
have some
physical
soup?
evidence.
I could probably just
I
cook it right
mean-
in the shell.
I mean, I don't particularly want to eat the corpses, but it is at least 2 of our natures to do a thing like this. We could, if need be.
I try to avoid that, but you all right. And he kind of looks over to you, Lucky. If you want to take the shell, I wouldn't mind some soup being made, but that's up to you.
I knew you were my kind of people. It's taken me this long to realize it, but
Glad you just realizing it now.
yeah. I'll get that ready, and then we can hit the road again.
All right. So you engage in some light cannibalism. I mean, cannibalism is a loose term.
It's called
I
am not a
animalism.
turtle. I'm
It's
not a
called
turtle.
animalism, sir. Animalism.
If they're not anthropomorphic animals except for the turtle, is it really?
I mean, I don't know.
And if the turtle's not the same species, then
Thank you.
Fair enough.
It's animal on animal warfare and the
Eating some.
you know.
It's very Watership Down in here right now.
Yep, you're welcome.
exactly. Man, that book and movie fucked me up when I was a kid.
Clearly, I mean, we are talking about boiling a turtle person. No,
The animated
I'm
version
for
on
it.
Netflix is great, by the way.
Yeah.
I might have to traumatize myself.
It's not that bad on there. It's watered down.
Watered down, Watership Down. I like it. Perfect. Okay. So it sounds like the plan is after everybody has a full belly, and their recreational sports of hanging or maiming corpses is complete. The plan is to try to sync up with the old sheriff and then decide on whom might be next on your tour of vengeance. Yeah.
If
okay.
they don't decide for us.
If they don't decide for you. It's funny that y'all chose to go after Trophy first, because I had him literally planned to be staging an ambush at the edge of the canyon. Or not the edge of the canyon, the opening to the canyon. I was like, oh, okay. Well, they're going to go looking for him anyways. Hell yeah. Like, so that was perfect. This was fun, y'all. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there, though. We'll pick up next time with target number 2, whoever that turns out to be.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to pass things back over to my players so that they can give any kind of parting words that they'd like, and then we're going to call it a night. So we'll start with Chad the Second.
And I've known him my whole life. That was a blast. I really didn't think I was going to hop my way out of there at all, especially taking up-teen shotgun blasts. But that high AC and mirroring image was a beautiful combination, and I'm glad that I put that in there for him, because that's the only way he can really tank. So it worked out, and thank goodness for each and every one of those mirror images. Rest in pieces. And all I gotta say is magic. It was a blast. Thank you, Jeremy, as always. Thank you guys for your time and your entertainment. And thank you to AbTab, because if it wasn't for AbTab, Absolute Tabletop, I wouldn't have been put in this group or met these people and got to play these kinds of games. So you could always try and do that as well, but I at least have to give credit where credit is due. And you can find them on multiple platforms. My original location was this old place called Facebook, and that's where I used to hang out with those guys. So thank you anyways. Thank you all, and whoever may have watched this. And once again, happy Veterans Day.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I can't second that enough. Absolute Tabletop, again, mini terrain domain, fantastic communities that you can find. A lot of really creative, very welcoming, very inclusive people. A lot of these communities have been very carefully Not harbored. What's the word I'm looking for? Cultivated. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, if you're looking for like-minded people, I highly recommend both of those communities. Go in and check them out. And sometimes games get put together there. If you can't seem to find one, then put a game together yourself and post it up there. You'll more than likely get players. Find some new friends. I did. And some of them are some of the closest friends I've made in a long time. So check them out. All right. Speaking of friends that I've made, next up is Glenn.
I think I say freaking checking him out. I'm like, oh yeah.
Speaking of checking out friends that I've made.
No, I'll keep it short today. Great game, ton of fun. Lucky, glad to see Lucky Lads get their revenge and appreciated that one. Yeah, Jeremy's awesome to play D&D with, or any game with, whether it be D&D or was it Harbinger or any numerous other kinds of things. Look him up, startplaying.com, Absolute Tabletop. You found him here, so hit him up in the comments. Other than that, I'll see everybody in a few weeks.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Most of the links for that kind of stuff you should be able to find in the description of the video. And if not, then like Glenn said, drop a comment. The better, the more you engage with the comment, with the content, the better. So, but yeah, reach out. I am usually available for trying to run a game, although the holidays, like I said, are a little nutty right now. So we'll have to see about that. All right. Speaking of a little nutty, next up is Todd.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You should see my pharmaceuticals. Yeah, this is fun. It's good to finally be back together and playing in this setting. Looking forward to next time. And kill some more people.
It's a growing list.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm really, really glad that we managed to sync up schedules again and get back together. It felt like it had been a long time. I don't know how long it actually was, but it felt like a long time. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to kind of where things are headed next. I definitely think we are moving towards the third act, like the resolution portion of the story. And if y'all are going as hard as you went in this session, then it's probably going to get pretty spicy pretty fast. So looking forward to that. Speaking of spicy and fast, next up is Nathan.
That was my nickname in college. Yes, I'm Nathan, part of Two Beards and a producer. Go check us out. Any love that you can show us helps. Speaking of love, I love being here. I've been doing a lot of live plays on YouTube lately, listening to Jeremy's games, running the expedition engine. While this is not the same, being at Jeremy's table, playing with you guys, and just getting to roll some dice and do some role playing, get back into these characters was fantastic. I've got that like D&D role play tabletop itch again, and this is exactly what I needed. I'm already wishing we could do the next session. I love getting into the phase of these characters and playing in these characters and exploring a lot more. And we're at that point now where our actual characters are starting to learn more about our own backstories and where they connect and where they intersect that we didn't know about before, and what kind of secrets we're hiding and things like that. And I love it. I can't wait to see what all becomes of it. So I'll be very much looking forward to the next time we get to play.
Yeah, hard saying, man. It's one of my favorite parts of a campaign, is that I think that's where the story really kind of starts to hit its stride, is when the characters become very entangled in what's going on a personal level, and we find out why as an audience. It's my jam. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say, and now I forgot. Being old sucks. Yeah. Speaking of old, next, but certainly not least, Chad was primed.
Yes, young whippersnapper, I understand what you're saying. Hello there. Yes, my eldritch being of a person has been on Erasmus since the dawn of time. And I just want to say that I say this all the time, but Jeremy, I do feel like you are my brother, and I love you very much from the bottom of my heart. And so I say this every time I'm on a show, that if you haven't had an opportunity to play with this wonderful man, please do yourself a favor. Go on, start playing, go to AbTab, go to any of the Discords that he is in. And if you have an opportunity to play within this realm, like, he's got so many settings. It's not just this. So if you're not into Caldera, I promise you there's something in the lexicon that is Erasmus that you will find and you will love and you will attach to, because I've attached to everything. I love every setting that you've ever put out. And I genuinely believe that the first time somebody gets an opportunity to experience you as a GM, it does change the way that they approach D&D going forward. So genuinely feel like if you haven't had an opportunity to experience it, please do so. And on that note, my name is Chad. I can see you every Thursday on MTD or Mini Terrain Domain, and I will see you here on Erasmus as many times as Jeremy will allow me on the table. That's where we're at.
He said on, not at the table, by the way.
Yeah, on the table.
That's true. You'll just find him on
Play
me.
it out on the table, please.
There's probably a wing job involved.
Yep.
2. If we're lucky. But is there enough time? No. Yeah, thank you very much, Chad. That was incredibly kind of you to say, man. I remembered what I wanted to say, Nathan. You've been consuming Expedition Engine content so much, I can't help but wonder, do we have maybe a zombie?
I'm considering it. I have my notes literally right here.
Ooh, okay.
It's surfacing again.
He's been talking it up for a while now, and I am very much looking forward to when it finally comes to fruition. So I'll put you on the spot just a little bit.
I just got to get the courage up to do it. That's all.
Oh, dude, no. It'll be great. It'll be bombastic. Okay. Speaking of bombastic, thank all of you very, very, very much for playing in this game and for allowing me to share it as content on the channel. It's not typical to find a group through something like Start Playing that clicks as well as I think our group clicks. And getting to spend time with you guys is an easy thing to do. It's an easy choice, not just because you're good players, but also just because you're good people to just hang out with and just spend 3 or 4 hours just, making ridiculous anthropomorphic animal sex jokes and, talking about cannibalism while we roll silly shapes of plastic and shout numbers at each other. It's genuinely something that I look forward to. So again, thank you for being those kinds of people. Thank everybody in the audience who may have tuned in and watched this. And in particular, I want to give a shout out to Steve. Thank you for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with us. I know that your time, especially right now, is very precious. So thank you for hanging out with us. I hope that you rest up, recover. Don't do too much, man. Take it slow. Love you. All right. But yes, if you enjoyed what you saw here on the channel, then please do all the stuff that the algorithm likes. Hit the like button, the subscribe, hit the little bell, whatever the fuck that does. Leave comments, share links, follow links that are in the description if you're so inclined. Talk about it with your friends. Talk about this ridiculous game or any of the ridiculous games that you find on my channel. Yeah, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love the fact that people come here and take something away, some kind of positivity, hopefully. So yeah, go out there and play games. What else? Remember, kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to people, and dear God, does the world need more kindness in it right now. And again, I know it sounds hokey. I know people roll their eyes when I say it, but it's the truth. If you lead every interaction that you can with kindness, it really will change the world. If everybody was to do that, the world would become a different place. That's the only guaranteed method. So go out there and be kind to people, unless they're fucking Nazis, and then give them a double bird and tell them to kiss you right on the sack. Otherwise, speaking of ripping the throats out of fascists, later this month, not this month, next month, December, there will be a 2-part game that is going to take place right here on the channel. We will be running Eat the Reich as a Christmas game called O Tenenbaum. The players will be playing as a crack squad of vampire commandos that are dropped into World War II Paris with the express goal of draining every last drop of Hitler's blood. So I am very much looking forward to that. I've been wanting to run a zombie punching game, Nazi punching game for a while, and this is the one that fit the bill. So I'm excited to see how I'm going to run this as a Christmas game. It'll be fun. What else? Also in December, at some point, will be the setup session of the 3rd round of Fiasco. We will be using the De Medici playset, so there will be some Florentinian Fiasco coming soon. So stick around. Lots of fun stuff here on the channel. Like I said, the holidays are very busy. Not sure when I'll see everybody again next, but until then, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.